The ocean, Earth's basement where lost luggage and nightmares hang out together. 1. The train of the deep. In 1911, Japan lost an entire train, passengers, cargo, everything, to a tsunami. Over 100 years later, deep-sea divers exploring the trench near Ofanato stumbled upon what looked like a ghostly subway. Corroded steel cars perfectly preserved, sitting upright on the seafloor. Inside, they found porcelain teacups still neatly stacked on tables. Imagine spending eternity commuting underwater. The weirdest part? Locals claim to still hear the whistle on quiet nights, proving the ocean doesn't just swallow things, it keeps them on the schedule. 2. The underwater forest that shouldn't exist. In Kazakhstan's lake, Kindy lies a forest growing straight out of the water, a sunken grove of spruce trees, their bare trunks poking eerily above the surface like skeletal fingers. A 1911 earthquake flooded the valley, preserving the submerged forest so perfectly that scuba divers now swim through ghostly branches frozen in place. It's part haunted forest, part underwater time capsule, like Mother Nature's attempt at interior design. The fish must be so confused. Wait, are we outdoors or indoors? 3. The $1 million Lego spill. Somewhere off the coast of Cornwall, England, lies one of the strangest treasure troves in the sea, nearly 5 million Lego pieces. In 1997, a shipping container fell overboard during a storm, scattering plastic dragons, swords, and scuba tanks into the waves. Decades later, they still wash up on beaches, tiny reminders that the ocean not only takes, it decorates. You know it's bad when even Poseidon's trident gets replaced by a Lego one. 4. The ghost fleet of Chuk Lagoon. In the middle of the Pacific, there's a scuba diver's paradise that's also a graveyard. The Chuk Lagoon, home to over 60 sunken Japanese warships from World War II. Tanks, fighter planes, tea sets, and even motorcycles still rest inside, eerily intact. It's like a mall of military ghosts, only the escalators are coral reefs. Divers call it Chuk Lagoon, but it feels more like Atlantis with PTSD. One diver said it's the only place you can swim through a kitchen, a torpedo room, and a captain's quarters in the same breath, and all three are equally haunted. 5. The city that drowned itself. Off the coast of China lies Xucheng, also known as the Lion City. 2,300-year-old metropolis flooded on purpose in 1959 to create a hydroelectric dam. The result? A perfectly preserved underwater Atlantis, complete with carved gates, statues, and entire stone streets still standing. It's like Pompeii met Atlantis and decided to retire underwater. Divers say it feels like swimming through a lost civilization designed by IKEA. Elegant, symmetrical, and mildly terrifying. The government flooded it to generate electricity and accidentally powered up every ghost in the province. 6. The post office at the bottom of the sea. In Vanuatu, there's a real underwater post office, complete with a mailbox, waterproof postcards, and a guy in scuba gear who stamps your mail. It was built as a tourist stunt, but somehow became a functioning postal service. Imagine explaining that job at a career fair. I deliver soggy romance letters to the surface. Locals love it though. It's the only place on Earth where you can literally tell someone, that letter's gonna take a dive. If Atlantis had an HR department, this would be it. 7. The Great Rubber Duck Migration. In 1992, a shipping accident in the Pacific dumped 29,000 rubber ducks into the ocean. Instead of sinking, they began drifting across the world for decades, showing up on beaches in Hawaii, Alaska, and even Scotland. Scientists actually use them to study ocean currents. Picture a marine biologist explaining that his data set consists of 30-year-old bath toys. It's the most adorable environmental disaster in history, the world's first cute oil spill. Somewhere out there, a whale is probably still honking one for fun. E8. The upside-down river beneath the sea. In Mexico's Cenote Angelita, divers discovered something that defies logic, a river flowing underwater. It's caused by a layer of hydrogen sulfide that separates fresh and salt water, creating the illusion of a murky flowing river complete with banks and trees. You can literally dive down into a stream. It's like Inception for swimmers, a body of water inside another body of water. Scientists were amazed. Divers just called it the spookiest acid trip on Earth. It's the only place where you can get lost in a river and drown twice. 9. The Black Hole of the Bahamas. Welcome to Dean's Blue Hole, the world's deepest known saltwater sinkhole. over 660 feet straight down. It's like the ocean decided it needed its own elevator to hell. Free divers love it. Everyone else just stares into it and questions their life choices. The deeper you go, the darker it gets until sunlight simply gives up. It's so silent down there that divers report hearing their own heartbeat echo. Some locals say it's haunted by a sea spirit that drags people under. Scientists say it's just pressure and physics. Either way, it's not a great spot for cannonballs. 10. The underwater crop circles of Japan. In 1995, divers off the coast of Amami, Oshima, Japan, started finding perfectly symmetrical circles etched into the ocean floor, like aliens had discovered sand art. Turns out, it wasn't extraterrestrials. It was a tiny male pufferfish. He spends days carving elaborate geometric designs with his fins to attract a mate. If Michelangelo had gills, this would be his love language. The circles are so intricate that scientists thought they were man-made until they saw the fish at work. Basically, he's the Bob Ross of the sea, painting happy little ripples just to get laid. 11. The Titanic's uninvited guests. Everyone knows the Titanic is sitting quietly on the Atlantic seabed, but few know it's being eaten alive by bacteria. Microbes nicknamed rusticles are devouring the iron hull like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Scientists say the entire ship could collapse into a pile of sludge by 2035. Nature's revenge, one slow nibble at a time. It's kind of poetic. The most luxurious ship in history turned into a snack for germs. Somewhere, the ocean's saying, "You hit me with an iceberg, now I hit back." 12. The Great Train Graveyard underwater. Just off the coast of New Jersey, divers found two 19th century locomotives sitting upright on the ocean floor, perfectly preserved, no record of their sinking, no shipwreck nearby. They're just there. No one knows how or why. It's like someone rage-quit industrialization and threw their trains into the sea. Experts think they might have fallen off a cargo barge during a storm, but honestly, that feels like the ocean just collecting rent in weird ways. It has shipwrecks, planes, cars, and now trains. All it's missing is an Uber rating. 13. The giant squid. That photobombed science. For centuries, sailors told tales of sea monsters pulling ships into the depths. Everyone assumed they were drunk. Then in 2004, a Japanese research team accidentally snapped the first ever photo of a living giant squid, and it was massive. Over 25 feet long, glowing red, and definitely not thrilled to be discovered. It was like the Kraken's awkward headshot for LinkedIn. Scientists celebrated. The squid probably updated its resume to actively avoiding humans. The best part? It later attacked the camera. Proof that even in the deep, celebrities hate paparazzi. 14. The disappearing silver room. In 2014, divers exploring a sunken ship off the coast of Poland found a cargo hold filled with silver bars, then watched in horror as half of them simply vanished overnight. Before you call the Ghostbusters, turns out they were stolen by professional divers working for a rival salvage crew. It's basically Ocean's 11, but wetter and more Polish. The thieves left behind beer cans, a broken GoPro, and a note that said, "Nice try." It's comforting to know that even 1,000 feet below sea level, crime still finds a way. 15. The deep-sea zombie worms. Somewhere off the California coast, scientists found worms that eat bones, specifically whale bones. They latch onto skeletons and dissolve them with acid like tiny underwater necromancers. They're called osedacs, Latin for bone devourer, because sea nightmare was taken. These worms don't even have mouths or stomachs. They just absorb death. It's proof that the ocean doesn't waste anything, not even the leftovers of extinction. Next time someone says nature is beautiful, remember there's a literal worm out there snorting skeleton dust for a living. 16. The ocean that caught fire in 2021, the Gulf of Mexico literally caught fire, a bright orange inferno swirling in the middle of the sea like Satan's jacuzzi. A gas pipeline leak had ignited under the water, creating what looked like a portal to hell. Fireboats sprayed water into water to put out fire on water. If irony were an Olympic sport, humanity just took gold. The company responsible called it a minor incident. Right, just a casual ocean fire. Happens all the time. Next week, the sky will probably flood. 17. The ancient computer. Nobody understands divers off the Greek island of Antikythera discovered what looked like a rusty lump of coral-encrusted junk. Turns out it was the Antikythera mechanism, a 2,000-year-old analog computer. It predicted eclipses, tracked planets, and basically made the iPhone look like a potato. Scholars still can't fully explain how ancient engineers built something so precise without lasers or caffeine. It's either alien tech or proof that someone in ancient Greece had way too much free time. If Aristotle saw TikTok today, he'd probably throw it into the same ocean just to balance things out. 18. The mermaid hoax that fooled the world. In 1842, P.T. Barnum unveiled the Fiji mermaid, a half-fish, half-human mummy supposedly found in the Pacific. Crowds lined up to see it. Spoiler, it was a monkey torso sewn onto a fishtail. Basically the original Photoshop, but smellier. Barnum called it a natural marvel. Scientists called it an abomination. It's still on display today, proving that humanity will believe anything if it comes with a $5 ticket. Somewhere in the deep, real mermaids are probably still laughing and suing for defamation. 19. The lost nuclear bomb that's still down there. In 1958, the U.S. Air Force accidentally dropped a nuclear bomb into the ocean off the coast of Georgia. Yep, just casually misplaced a weapon of mass destruction. The pilot jettisoned it after a mid-air collision, and despite multiple search missions, it's still missing. Officials call it harmless, which is exactly what you'd say if you lost a nuke at sea and didn't want to panic anyone. Locals have nicknamed it Tybie's time bomb, so if one day Georgia glows in the dark, at least we'll know the sequel to Finding Nemo just got interesting. 20. The sea that turns people to stone. In Tanzania, there's a lake so deadly it sounds made up. Lake Natron is filled with alkaline water so caustic it literally mummifies animals. Birds that fall in get preserved mid-flight, like taxidermy sponsored by Satan. Photographer Nick Brandt once found dozens of petrified birds along its edge, looking creepily alive. The lake's pH is the same as ammonia, so it basically says, "Come for a drink, stay forever." It's gorgeous, pink, and entirely homicidal, nature's most beautiful murder scene. 21. The ship that sailed itself. In 1872, sailors spotted the Mary Celeste, adrift in the Atlantic. The ship was perfectly intact, cargo untouched, dinner still on the table, but every crew member had vanished. No struggle, no distress signal, no explanation. It's like someone hit select all and deleted the humans. Theories range from pirates to gas explosions to sea monsters, but the truth remains unknown. It's the maritime equivalent of a ghosting so extreme, even the Coast Guard couldn't follow up. The ship was later found again, abandoned again. Honestly, maybe it just didn't like people. 22. The underwater Stonehenge. In Lake Michigan, archaeologists using sonar to map the lake bed found what appeared to be a series of standing stones arranged in a circle, some weighing tons. One even had carvings resembling a mastodon, which went extinct over 10,000 years ago. So now America apparently has its own underwater Stonehenge, and it's just been chilling there while we argued about gas prices. Scientists can't confirm if it's natural or man-made, but either way, it's proof that even ancient civilizations were like, you know what this lake needs? A weird rock circle. 23. The jellyfish that refuses to die. Meet Turritopsis dohrnii, also known as the immortal jellyfish. When it gets injured or old, it literally reverses its aging and turns back into a baby jellyfish. It's like hitting Curl+Z on death. Scientists say it could theoretically live forever, unless it gets eaten first. So immortality is real. It just comes with the risk of being someone's lunch. It's ironic that the only creature to beat death looks like a sneeze with tentacles. Humanity's still trying to make anti-aging cream. The ocean already invented reincarnation on loop. 24. The singing sands of the sea. Off the coast of the Persian Gulf, divers have reported hearing humming, booming sounds coming from the ocean floor, like an underwater choir with terrible rhythm. Scientists traced it to singing sands, caused by vibrations from shifting dunes on the seabed. Basically, the Earth is performing its own horror movie soundtrack. Locals used to think it was sea demons or trapped souls. Scientists proved it's just friction. But honestly, Haunted Beach sounds way cooler than acoustic sediment resonance. Somewhere down there, Poseidon's probably rehearsing for his mixtape. 25. The underwater river of death. Off the coast of Mexico, near the Yucatan Peninsula, lies a diving site so eerie it looks photoshopped. Cenote El Pit. Deep inside, a dense cloud of hydrogen sulfide forms a ghostly white river. complete with its own shoreline, trees, and mist. Divers call it the underworld, and for good reason. It looks like you're swimming into the afterlife. Cross the cloud, and visibility drops to 0 while the air tastes like rotten eggs. One diver described it best. It's like descending into someone's bad dream. Nature really said, "You wanted adventure? Try surviving my chemistry set." 26. The real life. Atlantis. That moved itself in the Caribbean, archaeologists found what appeared to be the ruins of a city. Roads, columns, even pyramid-shaped structures, all perfectly aligned on the seafloor near Cuba. Satellite scans lit up like a conspiracy theorist's Christmas tree. But when scientists went back, it had moved. Turns out, shifting sediment and light distortions had created a mirage of architecture that never existed. Atlantis wasn't found. It was just nature trolling us in HD. The ocean basically rickrolled the entire scientific community. Even Poseidon probably laughed. 27. The fish that walks on its hands. Somewhere off Australia, there lives a creature that refuses to swim. The red handfish uses its fins like tiny hands to walk across the ocean floor, strutting around like it owns the place. There are fewer than 100 left in the world, mostly because evolution clearly got bored halfway through. Scientists adore it. Divers say it looks like a grumpy old man with mittens. The fish doesn't care. It's the only species that can moonwalk underwater. If Darwin were alive, he'd look at it and say, "Okay, maybe I spoke too soon." 28. The underwater pyramid that shouldn't exist. In 1986, divers near Japan's Yonaguni Island found a massive stone pyramid, 80 feet tall, with stairs, terraces, and straight-edged walls. It looks unmistakably man-made, except it predates any known civilization by thousands of years. Some say it's proof of a lost culture. Others think it's just nature showing off her geometry skills. Either way, it's a reminder that the ocean hides more history than any museum. Scientists debate its origin to this day. Meanwhile, the pyramid just sits there, letting algae do the decorating, probably thinking, "You'll never figure me out, idiots." The ocean. Still Earth's biggest lost and found. Which one freaked you out the most? Dive in below.